This is the Speaking of Writers podcast. I'm Steve Richards. This is the Speaking of Writers podcast. I'm Steve Richards. The book is A Journey of Shadows. The author is Michael Kelly. This book recounts the harrowing tale of Michael's journey to Africa, a desperate mission born from despair. Michael Kelly is a survivor whose life has been a remarkable journey of transformation from a troubled teen to a soldier, criminal, and drug addict. His path was fraught with challenges and adversity. Later, as an undercover operator, Michael navigated the darkest corners of human experience. Yet, through the grace of God, he found redemption and a renewed sense of purpose. Today, Michael dedicates his life to making a difference, channeling his resilience and hard-earned wisdom into creating lasting change. He is passionately working to establish an NGO focused on building orphanages and schools worldwide, providing hope and opportunity to vulnerable children. Guided by faith and a profound love for humanity, Michael's mission is to bring light where there was once darkness, proving that no matter how broken a life may seem, redemption and purpose are always within reach. Happy to have Michael Kelly join me here on the Speaking of Writers podcast. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me on today. I appreciate it.
So what inspired you, Michael, to write this book?
That's a good question. It was several things. I guess when I started writing, I was at a point in my life where I was pretty frustrated with how things were going, and I was getting ready to take my kids and I'd leave on a sailboat, and I wanted to go to the South Pacific and just disappear. And life had different idea. So I felt like I needed to tell my story and hopefully help other people that were feeling lost know that, no matter how bad life gets, as long as you're breathing, it can get better. So I started writing. I spent most of my life trying to run away from my past, and this time I decided to run towards it and put it all on paper.
What was this harrowing trip to Africa like?
That was a pretty low point in my life. I thought I had lost my children, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to go on anymore, but I wanted to leave my kids with something. So my intention was to go to Africa and end my life and leave them with an insurance policy. And when I got there, I found something. I was looking for an ending, but what I ended up finding was a beginning. And through the interaction with different people that I met from all over the world, I was able to find what true friendship was like and experience, I guess, unconditional love and support from people in places I didn't expect to find it.
How helpful has this book been? I know it's been out for a couple months now. How helpful has it been to you? What's been the response from family, from friends to the book?
It actually had quite a pretty big impact on me writing it. Going through everything and just realizing again how lucky I am to still be alive after going through everything, and how fortunate I am to have the friends and the people in my life that I do. It's been over 10 years now since I was in Africa, and I'm still friends with everybody that I talk about in the book. And to have those friendships, some were forged, in just a matter of a week, but there's still some of the best friendships that I have today. It was really humbling to, kind of relive all of that. Family and friends were kind of surprised. They knew there was some rough stuff that happened over there after reading it. I've had a pretty good response from people after reading the book. My big my biggest desire is not, I didn't want to highlight the darkness or the shadows necessarily. I wanted to tell the whole story, but the emphasis being on connection with other people and that there's always light in the darkest of places.
So obviously, friendships are one of the themes in this book. What are some of the others?
Redemption is a big one. And I tried sharing some of the stories, not just my stories, but some of the, you know, stories and reality of other people that I met. I mean, there's a lot of geopolitical things that are happening in different places. I think a lot of people, especially in the United States, we have it pretty good and don't realize some of the struggles of other people in different countries.
Did you keep a journal before? I mean, from your time in Africa, and how long did it take you to write this book?
I did. I had a journal the whole time I was there. Actually, before I left, a friend of mine gave me a leather-bound journal, and I kept detailed notes the whole time I was there, and I still have it today. When I started writing this book, um, I don't consider myself a writer, so it took me a little bit. I It probably took, I don't know, 2.5 weeks to write the book.
And I understand you have a bunch of books written already, right?
Yes, I finished a series of books. This is the smallest by far. I kind of did a little unconventionally. This book is actually number 3, and there's a total of 7 books in the whole series.
So you're enjoying this writing thing a little bit.
Uh, it has been very therapeutic to write everything,
Mm.
and it has been a lot. The last 6 months, I've written close to 800,000 words, so I'm ready for a break in writing a little bit, but it's been good though. I have enjoyed it, and my publishing company and the media company that's been working with me have been really amazing, and they really believe in what I'm trying to do, and so I'm really grateful that they've been helping me throughout this process.
Michael, what's your writing process like? Do you outline or you just start and go?
Um, uh, it's actually been really fragmented. So when I wrote the series, I didn't write it in a linear process. I actually wrote it. I would write a little bit in this book and then jump to another book and write there. Um, as I was going through and looking at my notes and collecting data, um, I had suffered from quite a few head injuries, so I had a lot of fragmented and compartmentalized memories. So as I worked with some specialists in trauma recovery, I was able to go back through. So my timeline of construction was a little fragmented. So it was very unconventional. I wrote very sporadically here and there. And over the 6 months, I was able to piece it all together in a coherent narrative.
Michael Kelly, my guest here, his book is Journey of Shadows. And by the way, it's available at miltonandhugo.com, Amazon, and Barnes and Noble, too. What's the main message that you would like readers to take away from this book?
That I think main message. That's a good question. Uh, Never be afraid to show someone kindness. Even small acts of kindness can go a long ways. Even if you don't realize how much of an impact it's going to have on somebody, it could have a very profound impact on their trajectory in life because you don't know what they're going through. And that was one lesson that I really learned. I had some really low points in Africa, and I wasn't very approachable. But through different people coming up to me and simple gestures that they went out of their way to listen or be kind affected me in a massive way. So if you have an opportunity to be kind to somebody or listen, do it, because it could definitely impact them a lot more than you think.
Michael, when's the next book coming out? You have a date yet?
The next two books are actually in the editing process at the publisher. So hopefully here in the next couple months, we'll have two more coming out. My goal is to launch the whole series in October, the whole complete series.
Did I read too that you have soundtracks for these books too?
Yes. Each book I did a full length soundtrack. I got a really cool band from Sweden, Demotional. They've been supporting me and doing that, and great guys. And I wanted to add something different to the series. So I did a soundtrack for each book that kind of musically talks about the story and then adds deeper insight into the emotional state of situations and scenarios in the books.
So not only books, but soundtracks too. So more books coming from Michael Kelly. The one out now that you can get is Journey of Shadows, MiltonandHugo.com, Amazon, and Barnes & Noble too. Michael, thank you so much for joining me.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And this is the Speaking of Writers podcast. I'm Steve Richards. This is the Speaking of Writers podcast. I'm Steve Richards.